Antonio Conte returns for his second season in Naples, and he's been given an early Christmas present by De Laurentiis. A squad built of ambition, built of hunger, built of firepower. Now, Antonio Conte's Napoli have generated a crazy amount of cash over the past 12 months. Number 1, Kvaratskhelia left for PSG. Number 2, Victor Osimhen left for Galatasaray. And number 3, you generate money from winning the Serie A. But this time it was different. It was very different. Rather than De Laurentiis putting that money in his back pocket, he's reinvested every single euro. And he's built Antonio Conte, his Napoli. He's built one of the best squads in Italian football, in European football, in the world. A squad ready to monopolize Italian football. A squad that's more than ready to go back to back. Like, Napoli aren't just defending their title. They're building a monster team with a totally new attack, a reinvented midfield, and a defense built on Conte ball. This video will break down the tactical blueprint of Antonio Conte's new Napoli team. So who have Napoli signed? Number 1, the magician, the architect, the orchestrator, the best playmaker some of us have ever seen in Kevin De Bruyne. Now, Kevin De Bruyne doesn't need any introduction. We all know who Kevin De Bruyne is. Goals, assists from everywhere. Goals from everywhere. A playmaker, and trust me, he still has so much more to offer, especially in a Napoli shirt, especially in Italian football. Next, Beukema from Bologna. This one was a surprise to me. This one just came out of nowhere. You go to Bologna. Bologna have had such a good campaign. Their growth under Thiago Motta to Vincenzo Italiano, that growth has been amazing. From them having this defensive backbone of Beukema and Lucchini, you go and you get Beukema. Wow. Like, that was one of those signings. It literally just came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. I was surprised because I was like, Lucchini looks like he's on his way out from Bologna. But I was very surprised to see them let go of their other best centre-half. But Napoli have got their hands on him. You partner him with somebody like Buongiorno. That's a defensive foundation to build on for probably, like the next decade? Buongiorno is young. Beukema's like, 25, 26? Like, you get yourself a guaranteed 5, 6, 7, 8 years out of that defensive partnership. No problem. Who comes in after that? You got Noa Lang. Now, Noa Lang is one of those players where I feel like throughout his career, he always splits opinions. He divides opinions. The talent is there, but everybody's always turned around and said, can you match that talent with mentality, with attitude? And I feel like maybe it has taken him a few years to mature. But when you look at the campaign that he had last season for PSV, I believe 23 starts in all competitions, 21 goal contributions. Noa Lang is one of those two-way wingers. He can go down the outside. He can cut inside. He's an elite dribbler in those tight areas. Noa Lang is one of those dudes that could seriously take Serie A by a storm. He's physically gifted. He's technically gifted. And I feel like under the wing of somebody like Antonio Conte, whilst sharing the locker room with people like Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, McTominay, Buongiorno, Beukema, all of these players, I feel like it will definitely raise his mentality levels. And because of that, you might begin to see a more consistent Noa Lang. But as a player, it's an amazing recruit. And then as of late, Lorenzo Lucca. Lucca brings such a different dimension to this Napoli team. The dude is 6'7". Okay, like, I don't need to talk more about his game and what he brings. I'll repeat it. He's 6'7". Just imagine what a coach could do with a striker that is 6'7". Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's the finished product. But you bring on somebody like Lucca, 6'7". And then you have Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch, who has some of the best deliveries I've ever seen when it comes to dead balls, free kicks, corners. It's a recipe for goals. And I feel like Conte has now got himself an amazing squad. But he's also created himself the biggest headache? I've got 4 different approaches, and this for me is Antonio Conte's biggest headache, but I feel like this is a headache that he truly wants. Like, this is probably the happiest headache you could ever have as a football coach. The 4-3-3. This is how I assume Napoli will set up heading into the new Serie A campaign. 4-3-3, Neres on the right, Noa Lang on the left, Lukaku leading the line. Then you've got yourself the midfield trio, McTominay, Kevin De Bruyne, Lobotka. It does mean you take out somebody like Anguissa. Anguissa, for me, like the fact that he's stayed at Napoli for the last year of his contract when it was being reported that he wanted to leave. In my opinion, he's too good to be leaving out of the starting 11. But how do you fit them all in? And in football, you don't really have to fit them all in. Like, football is a rotational game. Like, football, it would depend on the opposition. Maybe for one game, it suits Kevin De Bruyne. But on another game, Kevin De Bruyne is 33, 34. You need that physicality of somebody like Anguissa. But I feel like he's now got himself 4 midfielders. Regardless of the trio that he puts out, the midfield will look good. It will look strong. It will look penetrative. It will have goals. It will have steel. That's the 4-3-3. After that, we could go 3-5-2. A formation that Antonio Conte really likes. You bring in somebody like Lucca. You take out somebody like Noa Lang. You got Neres playing as a wing back. You can integrate somebody like Anguissa now into the 3-5-2. Okay, what's next? A formation which I would love to see Antonio Conte deploy. I really, really, really would. It's not a formation that I think Antonio Conte has ever deployed throughout his career. But when you look at the squad of players that he has, and I feel like this is the only way to fit in all of those midfielders. What about the 4-1-2-1-2 diamond? Something that we saw Zinedine Zidane deploy at Real Madrid. You've got Lobotka at the base. Then you've got Anguissa, McTominay as the box-to-boxes. Then you've got Kevin De Bruyne as the number 10 architect. And then you've got Lucca and Romelu Lukaku. Lucca being the focal point, Lukaku running in behind. I would pay good money to see Napoli deploy this formation because I actually love the 4-1-2-1-2. I feel like it's a formation not many teams deploy, and it's probably because it suits more possession-orientated teams. When you look at the squad that Napoli have, it's very direct, it's very vertical. Napoli will be killing teams on the transition. It may not suit them, but listen, like we saw last season with Antonio Conte. Injuries, suspensions, players out of form, he's willing to tactically change things up. But now he knows I could always go back to a 4-1-2-1-2. And after that, you got the 3-4-3. Something that we saw Antonio Conte win titles with across the world, especially during his time at Chelsea. 3-4-3. You could even go Kevin De Bruyne as that roaming number 10 in and around Lukaku. Noa Lang on the left-hand side. You bring back in somebody like Spinazzola. You can put Neres as a wing-back. You could even bring in Politano. The point is, like, genuinely, the point behind this video is nobody knows what the right answer is. Nobody knows what the right system is. Nobody knows what the right formation is. But as a coach, this is your dream. This is your dream because for the opposition, they will never ever know what Napoli they're about to get. And this is why, in my opinion, based on the mercato that they've had, based on the players that they're signing, based on the players that they're still linked with, like, I still think it's unfinished business for Napoli. They are going to be, 1, a joy to watch. 2, they are going to score you so many goals next season. And 3, you genuinely will never ever know what team you're coming up against. They might set up in a 4-3-3 at halftime. They come out in a 3-5-2. He's got the squad. He's got the players. He's got the coaching ability. Like, Antonio Conte is an experienced coach. Been there, done it before. And I genuinely feel like it's getting serious with Napoli. It's getting serious. It's not a papering over the cracks type of recruitment. No, this is recruitment for the future. This is recruitment which gives Napoli a squad for the next 2 to 3 years. They can dominate Serie A. But I guess time will tell. Now, if you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on another one.